Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English with Me, the podcast that helps you improve your English, one fun episode at a time. I'm Mike.
And I'm Rebecca. Oh, it's so good to have you here today. Whether you're listening while commuting, cooking, or just relaxing at home, we are so happy you're tuning in.
Yes, and hey, if this is your first time listening, welcome to the family. We make these episodes nice and easy to follow, so don't worry if your English isn't perfect yet. That's exactly why you're here.
Exactly. We're all learning together. So, Mike, what are we talking about today?
Okay, so today's topic is going to the hospital. More specifically, the useful words and phrases you need when you're at the hospital.
Yes. And I think this is such an important topic because, honestly, nobody plans to get sick, right? But it happens to everyone. And when it does happen, in a foreign language or even just in English, it can feel really confusing.
So think of this episode as your little English survival guide for the hospital.
I love that, your English survival guide. Okay, let's start from the very beginning. Mike, imagine you're feeling unwell. What's the first thing you do?
Hmm. Well, first I'd probably say to myself, I'm not feeling well. And that right there is actually a very natural English phrase.
Yes, I'm not feeling well. Or you might say, I feel under the weather. That's a really common expression in English.
Under the weather. I love that one. So it means you're a bit sick but not super serious?
Exactly. If someone asks, how are you, and you're having a bad day health-wise, you can say, oh, I'm a little under the weather today. It sounds very natural and native speakers use it all the time.
Perfect. So you're feeling under the weather and you decide you need to see a doctor. What do you say when you arrive?
Okay, so at the reception desk, the front desk when you walk in, the person there might ask you, how can I help you today? And a simple, natural response is, I'd like to see a doctor, please. Or I need to make an appointment.
Make an appointment. That means booking a time to see the doctor, right?
Exactly. And this is a really important collocation. We say make an appointment, not do an appointment, not book an appointment. Well, actually, book an appointment is fine too. But do an appointment, that's the one we want to avoid.
So we make an appointment or book an appointment. Got it.
And when the receptionist asks what seems to be the problem, that's their way of asking why you're there. You can answer by describing how you feel.
Okay, so let's say I walk in and I say, I've had a headache for 2 days and I feel really tired. Is that a good way to describe it?
That is perfect. See, you used two great phrases there. I've had a headache for 2 days. Using I've had shows it started in the past and is still happening now. And I feel really tired. Simple, clear, natural.
And those are the kinds of phrases that actually help the doctor understand your problem quickly.
Exactly. Now, once you're sitting with the doctor, they're going to ask you questions. And this is where a lot of English learners get nervous. But don't worry, the questions are usually very simple.
Like what kind of questions?
So the doctor might ask, where does it hurt? And you answer by pointing to the area or saying something like, it hurts here, in my stomach, or I have pain in my lower back.
Oh, where does it hurt? That's such a classic phrase. I've heard that in so many movies.
Yes, it's a classic. And the answer is simple, it hurts here. Or I have pain in my, and then you say the body part, chest, stomach, throat, shoulder, whatever it is.
And what if the pain is really bad? How do I express that?
Great question. So in English, we describe pain in different ways. If it's a sudden, strong pain, we say it's a sharp pain, like, I have a sharp pain in my chest.
Sharp pain. So sharp doesn't just mean the edge of a knife. It also describes intense pain.
Exactly. English uses sharp for anything sudden and strong. And then there's a dull ache, which is the opposite. A dull ache is a pain that's not super strong, but it just stays there, like a headache that won't go away.
Oh, a dull ache. Like when you've been sitting at your desk too long and your neck just bothers you all day?
Yes, exactly that. And then there's throbbing. Like your pain is beating, it goes pound, pound, pound in rhythm.
Oh, like a throbbing toothache?
Perfect example. A throbbing toothache is one of the worst things ever. So if a doctor asks, can you describe the pain? You now have three great options: sharp, dull, or throbbing.
Amazing. Okay, so the doctor has listened to our problem. Now, what happens next?
So often the doctor will say, I'd like to run some tests. Running a test. That means the doctor wants to check something more carefully, like a blood test, for example.
And a blood test is when they take a small amount of your blood to check it, right?
Right. And it might sound a little scary, but it's very routine, meaning it's very common and normal. Doctors do this all the time. Another common one is an X-ray. That's when they take a picture of the inside of your body, usually to check your bones or your lungs.
I remember getting an x-ray once and thinking, wow, I can see my own ribs. It's kind of amazing.
It is pretty cool when you think about it. So the key phrase here is the doctor will order a test or run a test. And then when the results come back, the doctor tells you what's wrong.
And in English, what do we call it when the doctor officially tells you what's wrong?
So the doctor gives you a diagnosis. It's basically the doctor's answer. You have a cold, you have a stomach infection, you have high blood pressure. That's the diagnosis. Don't worry too much about the word. Just know that when the doctor tells you what's wrong, that's called a diagnosis.
Simple. And then the doctor makes a plan to help you feel better. What's that called?
That's called the treatment. And very often, part of the treatment is medicine. So the doctor writes a prescription. Think of a prescription as a special note from the doctor that says exactly what medicine you need.
And then you take that note to a pharmacy?
Exactly. A pharmacy, or a chemist, as they say in British English, is the shop where you get your medicine. And the phrase we use is fill a prescription. You take your prescription and you go fill it at the pharmacy.
Fill a prescription. It's funny because you're not filling anything with liquid. It's just picking up your medicine.
I know, right? The English language is full of those little surprises. But fill a prescription is totally standard, so it's worth remembering.
And what about medicine you can just buy at the pharmacy without a note from the doctor? Like painkillers?
Oh, yes. That's called over-the-counter medicine. You can just walk into any pharmacy and buy it, no doctor needed. So if I have a headache, I might say, do you have anything over the counter for a headache? And the pharmacist will know exactly what you mean.
That's such a useful sentence. And what about when you need to know how to take the medicine? How do you ask?
Super easy. Just say, how often should I take this? The answer will usually be something like, take 1 tablet 3 times a day, or take 2 capsules before meals. A tablet and a capsule are just different types of medicine pills, but same idea.
Good to know. Okay, let's talk about a scarier situation. What if it's more serious and I actually need to stay in the hospital overnight?
Right. So in that case, the doctor will say you need to be admitted. To be admitted to the hospital means you are officially staying, they give you a bed, and the doctors and nurses will take care of you there.
And while you're there, the nurses are checking on you a lot. What kind of things do nurses say?
Oh, yes. Nurses are wonderful. They might say things like, I'm going to take your temperature. That means checking if you have a fever using a thermometer. Or, let me check your blood pressure. That's measuring the pressure of blood flowing through your body.
And they put that little band around your arm and it squeezes so tight. I always find that a bit uncomfortable.
Yes! The blood pressure cuff. It really does squeeze. And another phrase you'll hear very often from doctors or nurses is, can you rate your pain from 1 to 10? 1 means almost no pain, and 10 means the absolute worst pain you've ever felt.
Oh, I've seen that in hospital TV shows all the time. So it's completely real.
100% real, and it really helps the medical team understand what you're going through. So if someone asks you, just be honest. If it's a 6, say 6.
Though honestly, I feel like everyone says 8 just to be taken seriously.
Huh, maybe they do. Okay, let's fast forward. You've been treated, you're feeling much better, and it's time to go home. What's the phrase for that?
You get discharged, right?
Exactly. To be discharged means the hospital officially lets you go home. You're done. And before you leave, the doctor or nurse will give you some instructions, like make sure you get plenty of rest, or avoid spicy food for a few days, or come back if things get worse.
Come back if things get worse. Such an important sentence to understand.
It really is. And they'll often also say, we'd like you to come back for a checkup. A checkup just means a short visit to make sure you're recovering well. You might also hear the word follow up, same idea.
And how do I ask about that if I want to be proactive?
Just say, should I come back for a checkup? Or when should I book a follow up? Simple, natural, and the doctor will be impressed that you asked.
Love it. Okay, last section before we wrap up. Visiting someone in the hospital. What phrases do I need then?
So when you arrive, you might tell the staff, I'm here to visit a patient. A patient is the word for the person staying in the hospital. And then once you're with your friend or family member, there are some really sweet, natural things you can say.
Like what?
Like, I hope you feel better soon, or just get well soon. That's the classic one. Short, warm, and everyone loves to hear it. You also write it on cards.
Get well soon. So simple, but it means so much when you're not feeling great.
And if your friend is already recovering, they might say to you, I'm on the mend, which is a lovely British expression. It means I'm slowly getting better.
Oh, I'm on the mend. I had never heard that before. That's such a charming phrase.
It really is. Okay, let's do our quick recap before we say goodbye. We covered so many great everyday phrases today.
Yes, so we have. I'm not feeling well, and I feel under the weather.
Describing pain. Sharp pain. Dull ache, throbbing pain.
Make an appointment, fill a prescription, take your medicine,
Be admitted to hospital. Get discharged. Come back for a checkup.
and for visiting someone. Get well soon, and I'm on the mend.
That is so much useful vocabulary for one episode. And the best part is, none of it is too complicated. These are the real phrases that real people use every single day.
And that's what English with me is all about. Real, natural, everyday English that actually works in real life.
Okay, your little challenge this week. Pick just 2 phrases from today and try to write a sentence with them. Drop your sentences in the comments. We read every single one.
We really do. And if this episode helped you, please share it with a friend who's also working on their English. It means so much to us.
It really does. All right, everyone, thank you for listening. Keep practicing, keep being curious, and remember,
Every episode you finish is a step forward. You're doing great.
see you next time on English with Me. Bye!